Hello, friends. How are you today? Today, I'm here to tell you a story. This story is from my own memory of circumstances. These words and these observations are my own. The point of the story is to share some information and to provide some encouragement. I hope that this story can do both and that it does both for you. Now, I will tell you an interesting story. At the end of times, in the civilization of Atlantis, the Atlanteans had developed a technology that transmitted through the air, through the planet, across the planet. This technology was meant to assist the raising of everyone's frequencies. However, at that time, the Atlanteans did not have a full enough understanding of the physics of interdimensional energy movements. And because of this, in transmitting the signal, they began to destabilize the energy grids and systems planet-wide without having an understanding that this was happening. What happened was that the Atlanteans who were operating the technology did not take into account the wide variation among individual frequency levels in the population. Those who constructed or ran the technology did not understand the dynamic that was at play, having very, very densely packed frequencies within human bodies and having very, very light frequencies. The agitation that these transmissions caused in those with very, very densely packed frequencies was very, very high. The spiritual forces of darkness began working on a plan to sabotage the raising of consciousness on the planet. What wasn't known at that time was that there were outside forces that were participating in sabotage that were not from Earth or were not resident on this planet. The transmission of frequencies was overall a good idea. It might have worked, except for there was sabotage done to the energy grids that were at the basis of their energetic systems. There was another key point that was not well understood. Because these elevated frequencies were transmitted across the civilization, there was no escaping them, and thus the project abridged the free will choice of all individuals, and one cannot force another to accept God into their lives or to come back into union. The Creator grants free will choice to the beings of this planet, and thus the strategy was flawed from the start. Atlantean energy ran on an energy matrix. It was unlike any kind of energy use that we have today, except that it was crystalline based. The off-planet sabotage represented efforts by what we would call the forces of darkness through incarnated beings. When they attacked the energy grids, the situation was not recoverable. A cascade effect started that destroyed the physical land and crashed it into the sea. And it so poignantly brings me the feeling that we are at one of these key points again, one of these key moments in history, not just for individuals, not just for a nation, but planet-wide. What is occurring now determines the future of humanity for a very long time to come. The importance and the weight of this moment can't be, I don't know how to describe it. It's momentous. At this point, I want to give gratitude to the mermaid people, because the mermaid people lived through this situation as well and survived under the ocean and harbored many souls of Atlantis for a very long time. It's taken a very, very long time to get to this place again where we are at a crux within human civilization, where our opportunity is to up-level our relationship with essentially God, the divine light within each of us, the Most High, the creator of all that is, where we have an opportunity to realize our living connection with this life force that is us, that is within each incarnated individual, and the opportunity to up-level our relationship with this force, this divine source, is incredible. It's beyond all explanation. Once you've made that living connection, there's no desire to go back, because one feels so alive in a way that is vibrant and rich, in a way that is beyond our human capability to measure. I'm thankful to the mermaid people for tending the souls and the consciousnesses of those from Atlantis to whom they gave refuge for so very long. It can take a very long time to be willing to reconnect with the light that we are, with the living flame of the soul within our own human bodies. We go through life and we don't feel worthy. We feel too vulnerable, and we turn away from the living light of God. It doesn't matter which side we've been on in the long run. It doesn't matter what roles we've played in human form. Ultimately, we all have the ability to return home, both the chaos forces and the forces of light, the left and the right, the good and the bad. Whatever one's done matters not to the Creator, who welcomes his children home. The most fascinating and amazing opportunity is that we have an ability to have this relationship with the source of all that is while we are alive in human form.